Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. My name's Tracy and this is day 24 of Veda. To keep track of the date, isn't it? When days all kind of merge into one. 24. So I can't find my microphone anywhere. I think I might have took it out with me yesterday, but then that would have been pointless because with a gimbal I can't use it. So it says somewhere. It's just a bit of a black hole at the minute. Been buying some plants, look. If I can show you them all. There's some at the back there. Let's see if I can twist you. I'm not sure if I can. This is not my tripod. I borrowed it. So look, there's a few there, a few down there, and some behind me. So yeah, it'll be fun putting them in a bit later. It's a bit hot at the minute to do anything. Just come back from the farm shop. I'll move that around there a little way. It might be better. I don't know. This new setup, the sun's kind of on this side of me. So if I'm not careful, I tried to get this over as much as I can, but the base is a bit on the cracked side. I don't want it to come crashing down on my head. I think one accident on camera is enough. So. Well, it's been an absolutely lovely couple of days. There's not even a bit of breeze today. This probably would have been a better day to film by the sea. Although yesterday with all that wind noise you'd think it was breezy, but it wasn't. It's just the sea breeze. It was actually fairly, less wind. It had been quite blustery up until yesterday, but it dropped a lot, and yet because of the sound of the noise off the wind of the sea, it sounds so much worse than it was, because it actually wasn't at all windy there. I need to get myself a nice selfie stick that I can fit my microphone in and then put the little cozy on it, and that will cut it all out, because it sounds bad, but it's just not really windy. So the birds are having a good old sing song. They've not trusted the coconut or the hanging nets yet. I'm not sure if one was on it yesterday, and as I come out the back door they flew away, but they're getting a little bit more daring. I think Gary expects them to get there straight away, but I said no, they sort of work out whether they can trust it first before they venture there. So we had the fire pit going last night. You might have seen the picture on my wall. It was roaring on my chest. God, honestly, I think I'm suffering with smoke inhalation. I was really wheezy this morning. But the funny thing was, sitting around the campfire and drinking a few cheeky Vimtos, actually, last night. I had a very good night's sleep. I didn't wake up once in the night. Sometimes I can wake up once or twice, but no, I woke up this morning and I thought, wow. Didn't even wake up wheezing. And it wasn't until I sort of sat up that I realised I was wheezy. It's just like nothing was going to wake me last night, so maybe that's it. A few cheeky Vimtos before bed. That'll sort me out. So I've been a tad naughty. Aldi have a yarn event, and I've been seeing people's purchases. I didn't think they'd have very much, and I was right actually. In the one in this town, they only had a couple of bins. But I think what they did have would be more or less the only things I would have bought from what I've seen. In the town where my house is, house I need to sell, that one. They usually have more in there, but I'd have to go all the way over. I don't like queuing. I had a much better mask on today though. I had like a welder's mask, so it didn't ride up, stayed put. Didn't keep sucking in when you breathe, so it's definitely the way to go. They're not really for welders, I don't think, but they're good. 3M masks where they're just fixed. That's definitely the only ones that really suit me. So I was wondering if I got dunked it in a load of hand gel, if it'd sanitize it. So I haven't really got that many of them. Not that I'm really going to be going out much, and I have this week. The first month, I guess, I went nowhere. I've been out every day this week, but then that's because Gary's off. But even before, when he was off, I said no, I wouldn't go. I've got my tea. It looks stronger than it is. Because it's black, it always looks like dirty cup, but it's not. It's just because we have hard water, so it leaves that film. I do love a biscuit tea though. I've got so many of you on biscuit tea. I feel a bit guilty that you all have to pay such a fortune for it. It was a bit much yesterday, the fire. Gary does like to build it up. At times it was like just crazy, just roaring. And we were listening to music. So in the end I said, no, we better call it a night. I think everybody in the neighbourhood is probably sick of Rob Zombie and Metallica and all the things we were listening to. Guns N' Roses. I think, let's give them all a break. We don't do it very often, so they can't complain really. But yeah, I thought we won't do it too late, And the fire was dying down, it was getting cold, so we went in. So watch for a little bit later on, and you'll see my little yarn haul from Aldi. Got some nice bits actually. There wasn't a great deal. They had a lot of chunky. I didn't buy any of that. I thought, they did this last year. They brought out all the chunky and chenille in spring, and you think, why? And then they do another summer one, and then they've got all the summery stuff. I feel like they just try and get rid of all their old winter stuff, or they just don't get the seasons completely right. But I've got a few nice bits, and I will use them. Maybe not yet, but I will use them. My problem now is going to be space, because I was using a lot as my stash on my tutorials and stuff, but I've had 3 or 4 yarn hauls since then. I only bought 2 buckets to put it in, the tub things, and I tried to get some more today, but they'd run out. They only had the shallow ones, and I thought, they're not really going to cut it, are they? Get about, well, a couple of skeins in, just sort of laying, and they won't really have any depth to them, so I just have to wait until they get more in, I guess. I suppose I could try an online order. Nah. Maybe not. Tea's gone cold. Hate that. I'm getting a burnt arm. Just one. Like lorry driver's arm. They just stick one. Put my tea out there, maybe it'll warm up. I'm going to throw it away now, because that's just too icky. So yeah, sorry about the wind noise yesterday. It was a bit outrageous, wasn't it? And it was because the wind was blowing in that direction off the sea, and every time I panned that way, it got sort of drowned me out. But it actually wasn't windy when you're there to sort of think it was going to happen. But when I went that way, it was all fine, and I found myself watching it back, saying, "Don't go that way! Don't go that way!" Never mind. I'll go back again, other places, and I don't know why, but this last 2 or 3 weeks it's been hazy. I've not been able to see across the water very well at all. I'd say for about a month really, and I don't know why. I've got a lot of haze, and on a clear day, it's really pretty. So I'll go out, and there's a lot more places around here as well. That was only just a fraction. That was only less than a couple of miles apart. So there's a lot more to see. And I almost got today the bridge going up, because this island used to have a bridge that rose, and they've still got it, but they've built a flyover bridge, like a big suspension bridge. Before they had that, we all used to have to queue at this bridge, that if there was even a yacht come in with a mast that stuck over the bridge that much, it had to raise. It doesn't go very quick, so you'd sit in traffic. But the times I've gone to the front and watched it as it goes up, and then watched the boat go by, and sometimes they're big ships, but I knew it wasn't going to be a boat that stopped us today, it was just traffic lights, but because the tide was out, so I knew there wouldn't be very much coming, and if it was coming, it wouldn't be very big. But yeah, this bridge is kind of just like this little old... Before that, they had one, I think they used to have to crank it. But when I was young and we'd come over here, I used to fall asleep in the car on the way here because they'd always come at night to avoid the traffic jams. Used to have a lot of traffic jams then. It was a very popular place back then. That's when it was at its heyday, really. Back in the 70s, around about that time, 60s, 70s, early 80s, and it started to decline. But she'd always wake me up. Tracy, you're at the bridge, and I'd have to wake up to see the bridge. Don't know why. I suppose it just signified we're on holiday. It wasn't until we moved here that it became an annoying bridge, you know, that you get stuck at when you really just want to get on with your journey. It's funny because this place used to be magical when I was young. Like, when my mum said, would you like to move there? I was, yes, but as soon as you move here, it doesn't become like that anymore. You know, I can remember being really bored as a teenager. It's fine when you're older, you appreciate it so much more, but when you're young, it just seems like the worst place in the world to be, especially when the buses don't go after 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you can't go shopping, you can't go out with your friends, you can't meet up, can't go to a school disco, unless Dad takes you, and he didn't like to do that. Didn't want to be a taxi. So I went nowhere. But in the summer there was everything open. It was, you know, it become the hive of activity, and then in the winter it was all shut and dead. So I'm going to put my plants in now, and I will do my little yarn haul and show you what I got. So watch out for that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow as well for Veda 25. Wow, time is flying. Bye for now, everyone. Stay safe.